Summer love is like no other love. Ooh, yeah. Summer love.
That is the worst fake laugh ever. Ever. G'day folks, welcome to Big V TV. We're coming to you live from the SS Minnow this week. What's with this crap?
That's not crap. We're supporting our friends down.
I don't mind doing my bit, but fair dinkum.
You look good. And
I look like Gilligan. I look like
The funniest part is it suits you.
Does it? Yeah. What are you trying to say?
Yeah, it just suits you.
Why have we all got shark stuff on? I know we
was told
talked them
to.
off last week.
Shout out to the Sharks.
Was told to.
Alright, fair enough.
All jokes.
Big week. It's been a very, very big week.
Okay, Eddie.
Well, it has been a big week, but we'll get into
Another
that shortly.
big week in Big V.
What's been
We've been having big weeks since March.
What's been more special?
2010.
What's been more special is a group of photographs that were passed around this table not even 5 minutes ago.
I nearly swore then.
Hey, what is going on?
Yeah.
If we've seen photos in the last 5 minutes
Do you reckon we can get them on Facey?
of some 7-year-old clown dressed up walking the catwalk as a
I
child
was
model?
actually 5.
I
Central
was going to say, we won't tell you who it is.
Central Coast of New South Wales in the shopping centre mall.
Hey, listen, your parents have got a lot to answer for. A lot.
Did you see the 80s clothes that I was wearing though?
Right.
Let's just say I don't think he was dragged there.
Not only the clothes, did you see the poses? Man, you've got some poses
I
going.
tore up the catwalk.
I think you've missed your calling.
Oh, Jax. I think your calling said, thank God you're not in anymore. Hey, you know what time of the week it is, don't you? League news, and you better have something for us.
I don't have that much.
No,
this week.
we're not accepting that. What have you got?
This week, I don't have that much.
Come on.
Next
Why?
week, there'll be plenty.
People, what's
What?
going on next week?
Next week, I reckon we'll have the structure.
Oh.
Next week.
Next week.
It's a big deal.
So next week's show,
Yep.
we're going to dedicate the whole. It's structure show next week.
The structure edition.
Big B.
Okay.
Not distraction or destruction. It's the structure show next week.
All right.
So we're going to have that next week.
Let's do that.
Promise. People out there tune in every week. They want to come. They
Promise
want.
it, right.
You know what? It doesn't matter if you promise on this show. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't deliver. Well, some of us don't deliver.
Exactly.
Week in, week out.
I know
Next
you're not
week.
big on your governance, but things have to be approved first. We
Okay,
can't announce
alright.
them here until the right thing's been done.
Alright.
So that should happen next week.
Okay, so next week's show's the structure show,
Okay,
everyone.
structure show.
We're going to have the
Okay,
structure show next week.
All over it.
Now listen, what else have you got?
I just want to give a quick shout out to one of our potential new clubs in Dandenong with the VYC coming together.
The Rangers?
Check out their website.
Why?
Why?
They got photos of Nathan doing the catwalk on there. Or...
No, that'll be our website. No, they've done a really good little article about the VYC, and it's just great to see.
The logo's up.
Yeah,
Now,
it's great to see them embracing
VYC,
it.
just for those that haven't been with us the last couple of weeks, the VYC is...
Victorian Youth Championship.
Here we go.
It's the amalgamation of Big V's Youth League at the top level and also Basketball Victoria's D League.
Good. So check that out, Dandenong.
Check it
And you know,
out.
we've spoken to some of the coaches and stuff around this week, you know, some of the delegates. The athletes are just absolutely excited to know that, you know, the best teams in the state are going to be playing each other. It's very exciting.
I reckon basketball is like being called athletes.
Athletes.
That's good, I like
No,
that.
it's
I'm
good.
an athlete.
Oh,
There's
yeah, you're an
excitement around
athlete.
about it, and it's great. It's
If
great
people
for the sport.
saw what's
Fantastic.
in that cup at the moment. Hey, listen, don't say that. Live stats.
Yes, I think we touched on this
We
last
did.
week, but just this will absolutely
dry.
be an agenda item at this year's AGM for the clubs to vote on. Making feeble live stats compulsory. Absolutely.
Single biggest absolute bloody tick in the box coming up at this year's AGM.
Yeah, hopefully.
Love it. Surely every club has connection to. Everyone gets on the Twit crap and the Face Me stuff, the Facebook stuff. Surely they can do live stats.
Internet in space. They have it on the space shuttle.
There you
Really?
go.
Yes.
There you go. If they've got internet on the where? Space shuttle. Surely you've got it out at, I don't know.
Apollo 97.
Come on.
Well,
It's
let's
in.
hope
It's
so.
done.
I think the only clubs that will vote against that will be those who have trouble with their internet
Oh,
connection.
come
It will be a
on.
majority rule, so let's hope that comes in.
Right,
It's something else I'm hoping
yes.
we can get across the line. And this come about because somebody over here put a little thing up on Facebook this week about Defensive Player of the Year. And we had, what was it, over 100
likes.
over 100 likes.
So it's
Overwhelmed.
So it's in?
No, it doesn't work like that.
Oh,
But there's
come
enough
on.
interest
It should.
there to go on the agenda at the AGM to be voted on.
You can tell why I don't have anything
Oh,
to
no.
do with running this league.
Do you understand
I'd be
how it works,
I'd be
Justin?
terrible.
Like, oh, yeah,
Oh, 20 likes on Facebook, 6
I'd be
minutes.
terrible. I'd
Each
be
club
terrible.
has a delegate.
Yeah.
The delegates all come together at the AGM
Yeah.
and they vote on little rule changes.
Yeah.
And we administer
I like
the
it.
rules that the
Yeah.
clubs vote for.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Free daiquiris at Melbourne Uni. In bang.
No,
Hey. All right. What else have we got? League news. Anything else?
that's it.
Bang. Did. All done for this week. Don't forget. Tune in next week. It is the
The structure edition.
show. The structure edition's coming your way. Trading places. Now, if you've let me down again this week, you face some suspension time, mate. Because fair income. Trading Places is one of the all-time greatest movies, and you've been banging on for the last.
He's
I'll
promised
watch it.
twice.
I'll watch it. Did you watch Trading Places during the week?
Yes.
Bull crap.
Well, what's
You
the
did
gist?
not. Yeah. Tell us the story.
Yeah, well, there's Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, and they trade places. And what actually happens
He's
is
wiki this.
Eddie Murphy becomes this high slick roller, you know, what Dan Aykroyd was, and Dan Aykroyd becomes a gangster. And it's real.
Well, he becomes a bum. He doesn't
it's
become a gangster.
It's a good bit of fun.
Well, no, he's got a little bit of it right, but I'm going to know if he's telling the truth or not by this next question.
Yeah.
Can you tell me who plays the lead actress in the movie? She's very good too.
Oh, really?
Very
Very
fit.
tidy.
Yeah.
Very
She
fit.
is, isn't she?
Yeah, who is she?
Yeah, Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock wasn't born then. you
Locked
good.
in.
Who was
Locked in.
Jamie
Sandra
Lee
Bullock.
Curtis.
Did she have?
JLC.
Did she have man?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis crush.
And back when that movie, back when Trading Places came out, I assure you, everyone had a Jamie Lee
Did she
Curtis crush.
have? Did she have man hair? Then?
She. What are you trying to say?
We're just
She
going to
had
be
the.
sued.
She had the.
Can you say that?
It's kind of
a
like.
haircut like
kinda
that.
like-
She had a mullet. No, look, she's.
No, she just likes the short back and side.
She's very, very good. Very good in that movie. Anyway, moving
Yeah,
right
she's
along.
fine.
Can we just move on?
I'll watch it next week.
Sure you will. Trading Places. Here we go. What have you got for us?
Well, Jason Conway conflicting. He's leading the Boys.
No.
Yeah, he is.
Really?
Is this on the sheet?
Yeah, it is. It's just him.
No.
Surely not. Oh, no, I'm not happy about that.
I know.
Hometown here.
No, I'm not happy
But
about
here's the
that.
thing. It's about where he goes. I heard.
That's taken me a bit by shock, actually.
Big news.
Yeah, no, I'm not happy about that. I'm going to have to speak to the boys out there. What's their stadium called?
Quick a tissue box to see.
Bialik Stadium. I'm going to speak to the boys out there.
Right. Well, the first place I heard that he was going to is where he was trying out, and he succeeded in doing that, was the Sandringham Seaman Man.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not the same.
Yeah, where else?
And
is
then
it?
Nathan heard.
Oh, I'm not happy.
I got an email last night. I reckon it was probably about 10 to 12, so it should be from the coach of the Melbourne Uni Div 1 men,
Ooh.
Jason Conway, as a
Oops.
Melbourne University graduate because he is highly intelligent.
Go from uni.
He's going to play with the Black Angels.
Hang out at the dorm parties.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe Connors likes the dorm
No, he
parties.
doesn't come across as a dorm party type of guy. He comes
Oh.
across as the high-level Melbourne Uni smart.
He's taken back by that.
He wears his collar, like his sweater around his neck.
Oh, someone else does that.
Yeah, that's alright.
Hey,
Wasn't one of his jobs, wasn't he like a party promoter? You know that article?
He had a
that was in
bar
our
thing.
team?
Oh,
oh,
Yeah.
that's why he's going to Melbourne Uni.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good business decision.
Yeah, the moving bar or
Okay,
something.
alright, if we're going to let Jason Conway go,
Ken Dunn.
if we're going to let
Those
him go,
Melbourne Uni rings, they might want to tighten them.
hey, if we're going to let Jason Conway go, and it's okay, we'll let him go. What about Benji?
Don't even say
Benji
that.
staying at our boys?
No,
What's his last name?
Tamir.
Tamir. See you there, African. See you there.
Gary Katz.
Okay.
Tony Gregg.
See you there.
Tony Gregg.
So Benji's still in the fold? Is he staying there?
Tony Gregg.
Yeah. They picked up Tony, but
Can you say it's like a cricket bat with holes?
It's like a cricket bat with balls.
Holes. You're too young to remember the Ninja
No.
Green.
oh, moving right along. Speaking of Melbourne Uni, they've been busy.
They have
This is
their
loose today.
former Melbourne Tigers.
Hang on,
player.
stop. Every time I look at Nathan now, I just think about Next Runway or whatever it's called, Australia's Next,
Next top model.
and then spin.
It's a bad thing.
I had a good
It's
spin.
bad thing.
Had a good spin on
That was
the
his go-to.
Melbourne Uni.
Is that going to be this week's Googs Me Up? We're going to have Nathan on the
Got a special one.
Come on.
Tom Stevens, who has
Tommy.
actually been a Melbourne Tigers NBL development player. He's a graduate of Melbourne
Gun.
Uni. Yes, he's really, really strong. He'll make
He's
a
a gun.
He's a gun.
On the move.
Yeah.
Another player that is a graduate of Melbourne Uni that has played a little bit of champ men and a lot of youth league for Diamond Valley is Cal Repper, which is another really good pickup for them.
Repping the Black Angels.
Yeah, well.
Yep, so they're the
Yeah,
graduates.
yeah.
Then you're going to the current students. You've got Tim Clark that apparently played Basketball Victoria D-League for Sandy last year.
Clarkey, yep.
And Ben McElwain
Macca.
from Bulleen Youth Men last year.
Like it.
So the fact that they're getting people from within the uni program playing
Good,
for
that's
Melbourne
good.
Uni, that's good.
Like
They've
it.
re-signed their coach Andrew Walker, who I rate as one of the better Div 1
Tell
men's
you what,
coaches.
Good guy.
been around from best dressed. Best dressed in the competition by a mile.
The suit,
Puts the
tie.
rest of us to shame.
Slick his hair back, dead ringer for Pat Riley.
Yeah, very good. Hey, how long? He's been around for a while, Walks, hasn't he?
Almost as long as you've been coaching.
Nearly as long.
time.
Yeah, nearly as long. I feel a bit off. So they've picked up, well, rumoured to pick up Stevo, Reps, Clarkey, Macca. Very, very good.
And Conway.
And I just don't know.
I don't want to talk about it. It's too upsetting.
Yeah, that's good. Like last year, they had, I'm not sure how many wins it was, but say around 6 wins. But they always caught teams off guard, and they just didn't have that depth though to go a full game like that. So you add that group in there, and there's another Div 1 team
Can't
that
remember.
proved themselves this year.
Back-to-back champs not that long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D2, D1.
They went, and they
There was a
were
lot of talk about them
seriously
going to champ, yeah.
Well, they seriously contemplated it until everyone started bailing out in the off season.
Yeah.
I like
So
the Black
they're building,
Angels.
I think,
Yeah,
but
good
they're
club.
just,
Good club.
It's
Sounds
exciting.
Fantastic.
So
What's happening out at they put in Phoenix?
now the real reason
Southern Pen. What's
we're
happening at
wearing
Southern
all
Pen?
of our gear,
It's better be bloody good. 'Cause
It
I feel
is.
like an idiot.
Southern Pen
I feel like I'm going out
had
on the
their
play this afternoon.
application for a youth league women's team accepted and ratified.
That's
They
good.
will have a youth team in 2013.
They're in.
Youth women's
They are
team.
in,
Doesn't have to go to the AGM or not.
not for a new team,
Oh,
but
they're
a new club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, I'm just trying to
No,
get.
that-
I'm just trying to get the bylaws and the
Competition
process
subcommittee.
right because apparently
you
I
just get
suck
lost
at it.
on
I
your
suck
cloud and
at
you
it.
don't know process.
All your media people are the same
Oi.
process.
That's it.
That's unfair. and
Have
hurtful.
they
I'm hurt.
have they got some kids coming through? Because I reckon they have. I reckon they've got a couple of rippers down there.
Absolute rippers, and this is why they applied for it in the first place. They've got to make sure
This
they
is a
keep
sweet
those
coffee.
kids around to transition through into their senior women's side.
I like clubs
Sorry.
and kids that stay loyal to each other.
That's great.
There's some great kids coming through. I coached against the 16s last season, Southern Pen. They've got a couple of beauties coming through.
Yeah, that have made country state
Yeah.
teams as
Yeah.
well. So
How'd you go? Did they beat you?
I can't remember. It was a close game. I can't remember what the
That
result
means
was.
they did.
Got smashed. No. It was a close game for memory. I think they beat us by 30 on the buzzer. They
Got a tease at the end of the game.
they got a couple of good kids coming through, and if they can hang on to them
Yeah.
and stop the bigger clubs from poaching,
Yeah.
which happens, I think we're going to see these kids come through in the youth women's team.
I'll correct you on that. It's not necessarily the bigger clubs poaching.
I haven't
It's,
so.
but it's an opportunity, and good kids will tend to go to a bigger club because they see the
opportunity is
opportunities
there.
there.
But they've got the pathway.
That's
now.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Got the
it.
pathway.
It's in place.
Yeah, they're putting pieces down to try and keep the kids at the club.
Like
They're
it.
another club that have aspirations to push up over the years.
Yeah.
So that's
Good stuff.
good. I love that our clubs are becoming aspirational to push
Yeah.
themselves, and it's good.
Like it, Altona. Let's talk about Altona because there's a fair bit happening out at the swamp.
I think Callum's got this.
Oh,
Well,
let's go, mate. Tell us.
Well, sure.
Talking about clubs that are
Come on.
aspirational.
Yeah, well, that's right, absolutely. Randy Shanklin is going to coach their Division 1 women next season. And obviously being promoted from the youth side, he's a great pickup.
Yeah.
He's got something there.
What about player-wise? What's happening player-wise?
Lardossi's gone, so that's
We
not a
knew
good.
that was gonna
It's not a
Do we
good start.
100% know that though?
I
Come
reckon.
on, it was
No,
always
but
gonna happen.
you reckon
Oh.
and you reckon. Do you know that for a fact that she's
No.
gone?
No.
So it's just a
Hearsay.
total...
Well, you reckon she's staying there?
I'm not saying that I know she's staying there, but I'm asking if you know that.
This is a rumour show and nothing is 100%
I reckon
until we receive
I
a
reckon-
media release.
I reckon if
We'll
Ardossi,
see it on Facebook, that's real then.
if Ardossi plays in the Big V in 2013, I believe it'll
Yeah.
be with a championship club.
Mm.
Okay.
In
Do you
state
know?
champ women.
Which championship?
Well, no, I don't. But I've heard she's been linked out to the stable, out with the Broncos. Now,
Okay.
whether that happens or not, I've got no idea. But
Well, I like what they're doing out there.
They've been very, very proactive. I just think that if she plays in Big V next season, it'll be a champ level. That's all I'm saying.
It's probably a fair assumption.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying. What else happening at the Gators?
Joe Borg's going to coach their youth
Joey
women.
Borg.
Huge pickup.
Well, we did wonder where he'd turn up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
basically
he's left Hume City,
he has.
gone to Altona.
Yep.
He's gone from champ women back to youth women.
Well,
Obviously,
he's
there's some
left,
plans.
he's left
That's his-
Melbourne to Hume. He's left Hume to
Yeah.
Altona.
So 3 clubs in 3
I think he's going to
seasons.
be good. He's a good development coach. I think he's going to be really good at this.
Brilliant development coach.
Yeah.
But when he left Melbourne, a number of his Melbourne players went with
This is
him.
true.
So do we expect the same?
Well, we've heard the
Well,
right
it's
sisters
interesting,
are
the right,
staying in
yeah,
Hume City.
we've heard the right sisters are staying, but again, this is just what
Bianca
we've heard,
Babbitt
you
is
know.
the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
Mind you, Altona's got, I mean, they were very good youth women
They got
last
some good
season.
players.
They got some good kids coming
Yeah.
through, so
And-
there's a bit to work with there.
You know, this is all rumoured, but we know that Joe Borg and Randy Shanklin have a relationship. You know, they've been involved with a state team or something like that
Yeah.
together. So, you know, you start looking at all of those things together, and I think it's pretty spot on.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Good things out at Altona. Great
They've
to
got
hear.
plans out there.
Well, what are their plans?
Well, I'm not going to tell you
Everyone's
every
got plans.
conversation I have.
Everyone's got
but-
plans.
Some clubs have better plans.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you trying to say?
What?
Okay.
No,
So there's
This is
some
a
good
big
plans
one.
out there. Huey Lewis. Oh, sorry, Benny Lewis. Benny Lewis is, well, he's seen down at Hume City. True or false?
Huey.
Well,
Huey
apparently
Lewis.
yes.
Have you ever heard of Huey Lewis?
Who's
Huey Lewis.
Oh,
No, I actually don't know who is
Huey
it.
Lewis.
Googs.
Googs up Huey Lewis, man.
Baby,
Probably
let's
not right
go.
now.
Huey Lewis.
Yeah.
Hey, do us a favour.
Don't sing, don't
Stick
follow.
to the catwalk.
Just be you, Nathan.
Thank you.
Benny Lewis. Was Benny Lewis seen at Hume City during the...
Well, apparently he was, and this would be a huge pickup for them.
Well, he might,
That
have
would
just, he
be.
might have just been dropping in to say good day to a mate or something.
Might have been giving a friend a lift.
Yeah, he might have just been dropping someone off.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
But if he does happen to go to Hume City, geez, they're an exciting team to watch. When you got Maybank, you got Bogart King, you got Jamal Brown,
Athletic.
and you've got
Kanzak.
Benny Lewis,
Kanzak?
Harry Kanzak's
Yeah.
there, and
Is it like
they-
Harry or Harun?
I think like Harry.
Harry.
Yep.
H.
And the other one that could be joining it, which is pretty big, Craigie Burns' biggest name, Eric Miraflores.
No.
Wow, we just heard a bit of a whisper that maybe he was seen in the car park as well.
No.
Not as this isn't as confirmed as the Benny Lewis one is in terms of being seen around Hume City way, but still it'd be with
Have you
Craig.
had your two sources of truth on this?
Well, we've had a
No.
couple.
One whisper.
We've had a couple of whispers. No, we've just heard that maybe he was.
Taking the step up.
I think he was State Craigieburn personally. I think he was State Craig. I think he was State
It's
Craigieburn.
Craigieburn are taking the step up
Yeah.
into Div 1.
I think it was
after
State
that
Craigieburn.
title.
We want to stay them.
Yep. And you know what? This is what happens at tryouts. You see different faces. You might
Yeah.
confuse a couple of different people. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
You know what?
Might be someone just standing there watching.
I think Eric's a fantastic player. I really, really rate him.
Yeah.
But I think go from Div 2 to Div 1
Yeah.
with the club that you're at
Yeah.
first. Try how you go.
Yeah.
And if you dominate, I'm sure Craigieburn would more than happily let you go and follow your dream to play in champ or
That's
whatever.
right.
But I think, you know, Div 2 to champ is
Hang around.
a really
It's a
big
big jump.
Can I
And
just?
it's ruining a good story too.
Yeah,
It is. It is.
It's a fairy tale story
Can I
from
just-
2012.
Yeah.
Can I just say this? Eric Miraflores was good for Craigieburn last season.
Yeah.
But I reckon Craigieburn was good for Eric Miraflores.
Yeah,
It was a
absolutely.
perfect match.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we'll wait and see what happens.
How many clubs would have given somebody who literally did walk in off the street an opportunity like that?
That's right.
To go straight into the team and lead the team.
Absolutely.
I just think it's a really good thing that people now say we did an Eric Miraflores when someone walked
Yeah,
in.
like it.
I think it's
That
great.
was
I
Melton,
like it.
wasn't it? Said that?
Yeah.
Speaking of Hume City,
Red light.
a former Hume City player
Yep.
looks like coming back into the competition, but perhaps not at Hume City.
Yes, Stephanie Elizabeth Clark, who I think had a season off this year but was a former player at Hume City, is rumoured to be at both Whittlesea and Coburg. So
Stephanie Elizabeth
yeah,
Clark.
she's a really strong player. It'd be great for the league
Yeah.
if she's back.
Yeah,
And,
mate,
you
Great
know,
to have her back.
if you're Coburg and Whittlesea, you'd absolutely both want to get
Yeah.
her into your team. So
SEC, the power source, Stephanie Elizabeth Clark. Do you remember the SEC? Moving right along.
Electricity Commission.
Yeah.
Isn't SEC a conference in college basketball?
Mate, come on. Everything's, yeah, okay. Coburg and Whittlesea at the moment, she's been linked
So, you know,
to.
Whittlesea have added Hayley Cooper, Jay Childs, you know, potentially another adding here. So You know,
Have they got
they're-
room for another ad?
Well, they're going to have to move a couple of players
They
out.
had a
I would've
really
thought.
strong team anyway,
Yeah.
so it'd be interesting to see what.
Jodie Impey's retired, so there's one spot.
There's one, but
Right, well, yeah.
Stay with
How
us.
about this next
Winning
one?
will
How
be
about
us.
this next one?
Go on, hurry up.
This is breaking news, huge news, probably the biggest one of the show.
Absolutely dickhead sometimes. Anyway, go on.
The Venom have announced their team awards for the 2012 season, guys.
Oh,
tell us
they
all
just had
about
their
it.
president,
They
haven't they?
did, yes.
Oh.
Last week.
Oh, was it well hosted?
I don't know.
Who was their MC?
Got no idea.
I don't like him.
I didn't turn up, wasn't it?
Sean Weaver was at the men's MVP. Rachel Wansbury and Meg Dargan
Well
shared
done,
the
V.
Yep, Meg Dargan and Rachel Wansbury shared the MVP
Thank
for
you.
the women.
Yep.
Good job, one.
And Margaret Kershaw, so known as Marge,
March.
won the
We love
youth girls
Marge.
MVP. What about you?
Has she got blue
you
hair?
boys?
You love March. The youth man stretch, he was pretty happy with the boys this year and thought, I'll hold off on the MVP for one more season. None of you deserve it. We'll wait one more year. No, he did give out some awards. No, he did give out some awards to
No one's
players.
any good.
No, he gave out some awards to players. He just wanted to keep it on an even keel in year one. That's all. Just didn't.
Very,
He just.
socialist.
Well, he just didn't want to do an MVP.
He's
This
an
year.
egalitarian. It's nice.
Hey, he's a what?
Don't know, look it up. Googs it up.
These days, I reckon.
Oh, what? No,
A lot of,
okay.
hey, actually, just on that, a lot of people, you hear a lot of coaches at awards night, they get up and they go, oh, I've got to present an MVP.
Yeah.
More about the team, not about individual awards. A lot of coaches
How many
actually
games did
don't like
Warrandyte win
MVPs.
this year?
I think that's society as a
Five.
whole these days. Yeah,
Yeah.
Everyone gets a participation trophy. It's all feel good.
It's like when I was in high school, you get the academic effort awards.
Oh,
Yeah, but
I got
It's
heaps of
like
those.
at McKinnon, at senior men you get coaches awards. 2 times.
In life, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't,
That's it.
and you need to be able to deal with that.
Anyway,
We gotta keep
right
going,
on.
this is a
What's
lot.
happening in the perm? Speaking of
well, it sounds like
Martin,
Buckets of plenty.
Yeah, Bucks of Plenty is not. Well, yeah,
Well,
may not be
Russell
signed and
Pimenta.
sealed at Elfin. And this is, we thought we saw him down there at grand final.
we thought he was done. We thought he was across the line.
locked in, and we think it would be a good opportunity for him to step up to champion and be fine.
Just a couple of clubs talking about the perm at the moment.
Wouldn't you?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
you
would.
talk about him. Whether or not
But
he's
is
talking to them,
is he
who
signed
knows?
at Eltham or not?
Well, we're just saying. Other people are saying, hey, we're having a look, we're having a chat. So we're just saying
So
maybe
on
he's
that,
not.
you wouldn't think, would you? Maybe the.
We originally
Yeah.
said he was. We're just saying now maybe he's not.
And you know what? I think his game would transfer into champ man really
We're assuming
well.
that
Yeah.
champ clubs are looking at him.
yeah,
by the
that's
way.
right.
Yeah, he can play inside. He can shoot outside. He's a big guy.
He's the best defensive player in D1 last
Whatever
year.
happens, I think we're still going to hear a bit more about the big perm in the weeks
Yeah.
ahead. So, which is good because he's a great player. A couple of other bits of news. Waverley youth women look like they picked up Meg Keppel from Warrandyte. So
Who
good
was
chance
left
for
on bad terms.
No bad. Don't be stupid. She's gone there to play juniors, mate. So good opportunity. I like this. Coburg Giants.
Cool.
This is good.
This is my
actually
favourite story of the week.
Hey, shut down Jika for the week. This is going to be a beauty.
I will. Yeah.
I love
Go
this.
on.
Well, I love it. I love what Coburg's doing this Friday night.
Yep.
Friday night, big games.
Huge double.
Out at Coburg.
50-year anniversary.
Well, it's 50
No,
plus
it's,
years.
yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
celebrating 50 plus years.
50 something
Yeah.
Which could mean it's like 95
Yeah.
years. First of all, 7:20 p.m. The senior women will be playing against the youth men.
Oh, a bit of intergender.
Like
Yeah,
that.
that could be an interesting little matchup.
And if I know anything about when you have scrimmages between women and men, the women will be complaining 3 minutes in.
Yep.
Oh,
The men need to go and put some deodorant on. So guaranteed 3 minutes in.
Yeah.
That's what'll
Lucky
happen.
you took it that way because you're about to get a clip across the ear.
yeah, you were.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. 8:25 p.m. Friday night.
The big one,
This is good.
the main event.
It's the Coburg senior men against the Coburg legends, and I tell you
There's
what,
been a few.
you can fill 7 teams.
You could.
They've produced some amazing talent over the years,
Players.
Coburg.
Yeah.
Are they getting them back?
NBL championships.
Do we know who's playing, or is it all a mystery at the moment?
A bit of a mystery. There is rumour that Wayne Carroll might be involved in some way.
Dual
down
Olympian.
there.
Dual Olympian.
Dual Olympian.
Yeah.
So there's talk about players from the last few years that have coming back to the club that
Yep.
have played in their senior men's team. There's talk about people from the past NBL programs and stuff that they had, and a club like
Good idea.
the Giants
Oh,
that have
that's
had
great.
so much successful history.
Yeah.
They've been down on their luck a bit, but
Yeah.
the group there now they're really working hard to build the club up again, and I think this is going to be an
Great.
awesome night.
Like it. This
Yeah.
Friday night out at Coburg, get out there.
Do get out and
Yeah. A lot
support
of
them. They
fun.
almost folded probably about 18 months ago.
Yeah.
So to have rebuilt to where they are and then to be taking the next step, they've applied for a youth women's team this
Yeah.
year too. It hasn't been accepted yet, but they've applied.
Like, get out there for
So,
about
yeah.
7. First game, the women up against the stinky young men. The Coburg legends up against the Coburg seniors.
Please apply before the game, fellas. Liberally.
Should be a beauty. Quickly, a couple more cryo, mate. What's that?
Yeah,
cryo?
they've re-signed Coach of the Year Dan Riches, which is
As you would.
fantastic.
No-brainer.
Given
Yeah.
No-brainer.
they've kept him.
Who else have they kept?
They've got Christian Keepan as their assistant.
Is that
You're gonna have
his
some
real
fun
name?
with
Yeah,
that.
Christian
Is that his real
Keepan. So they've Keepan, and Mike Nelson is their technical assistant. He's going to be doing scouting,
Oh, go back.
scouting and video analysis.
What's he called?
Mike Nelson.
No. What's his job?
He's the technical assistant.
In charge of video analysis and opposition scouting.
Hey, Eric
Sounds-
Spolstra used to do that for the Heat.
What's the bet this time next week when we're doing the structure show? What's the bet?
Structure edition.
Structure edition. There'll be like 30 new technical assistants added to the league.
I hope so.
Technical assistant. I love it.
There'll be
Dan.
a motion move to get technical assistance into games for free.
And finally, a favourite son heading home.
Yes.
Kerry Paps. Kerry Papanicolaou.
Going to be coaching Kilo women.
Going back to Kilo women.
Excellent.
Yep, really, really good. So he's headed back there. Men not announced yet. Men not announced
On the
yet.
search.
So very, very quickly, off topic. NBA starts this
Starts
week.
today.
Who you going with? Well, yeah, it does start today. Showtime. Yeah, who you going with?
Lakers. Lakers all
winning.
the way. They're my team. Dwight Howard, Steve Nash.
Predictable.
Nobody likes them.
Predictable.
Well, you know, as a model, of course,
Yeah,
I've got
Lakers
to go for
boy. He's got
Lakers.
Hollywood's
really
stars in his eyes. Yeah.
Absolutely
Who you
disappointing.
going with?
Well, I think it's going to be.
You're a Denver man.
I'm a Denver man. I think we're going to be better this year, but I think that with Harden being traded to Houston,
Oh, big trade.
it pegs OKC down a little bit.
Big trade.
Lakers will win the
Kmart
West.
goes in there though.
Yeah, he's okay.
You're
He's
right.
not Harden.
Yeah.
And
Go on. He's not hard at all. Go on. Let's go.
Lakers will make the finals. They'll play the Heat and they'll lose to the Heat in the finals.
Lakers didn't win a game in the preseason, did they? Lost everything.
0-8. We were just getting rid of
Yeah,
it.
that doesn't matter.
Who are you going for?
I have not watched NBA since
You know
Michael
which
Jordan
one.
retired.
Who?
But yeah, exactly. But I'm a Bulls girl through and through. Do they still play? Are they
Yeah,
still
they
Yeah,
do.
doing it?
and they're alright.
They're okay.
Yeah, get on Derrick Rose. Gonna.
Who do you go for?
Yeah, all year. Oh, I like all. I just like basketball. I like them all.
You don't have an
No, I don't like
or a
them.
team.
You've got to be a
you watch?
team. Okay, well, who's going to
No,
win?
I
then?
like players. I like players.
Right, okay,
And
so
they
who's gonna
change
win?
around. Oh, look, I think Miami will start favourites. OKC, I know
Allen's
James
Miami.
Harden's gone. Yeah, great pickup, Ray Allen.
Yeah.
I know OKC.
I think OKC will
I think they'll be right there.
still think they can
Yeah.
beat LA this time.
You know what? You know who I think we're going to love
No
watching this
chance.
season. We're going to love watching them.
The Lakers.
The Clippers.
Oh, they're a good
They
team to
got
watch.
some, mate.
They've sold out all their
Can't
season
stand them.
tickets.
Yeah.
You would
Yeah,
have
I
said
knew you would.
They've
Can't
sold
stand
out
them.
all their season tickets. They wouldn't have even gone close to that 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's because their tickets are like $10.
I'm like, who?
Rails are sitting here going, Clippers, what are you talking about?
Googs me up.
Googs me up, here we go. Rebecca,
So the video this week, it actually is Googling something.
Okay, Googs.
I googled Justin Nelson. Pages from
No, this is,
Australia.
no, come, you haven't,
This is my segment.
this is not on
Shut
our
up.
sheet.
This is my
No,
segment.
this
It's
is
not
crap.
on
The
the
last
sheet.
few weeks, this is,
So I've googled it up. Pages from Australia.
this isn't allowed.
Number 1 was DMAW lawyers, wasn't him. Number 2 was a LinkedIn account, wasn't him.
He's a baseballer.
Shut up. Number 3 was a LinkedIn account, also not him.
Who cares?
And considering the profile that he builds himself up on, we finally got to number 4,
Who
Big
cares?
V final whistle, and it was the one where he wanted to scrap. You're right.
Go on.
He wanted to scrap personal fouls and how it will affect the game. So that's your top 4.
Yeah, hang on a sec. Hang on a sec.
Wow, you want to scrap fouls?
No, hang on a sec. Can put that in
What kind of
context.
basketball person
I
scrap
said in that article, that basketball was the only sport in the world that contained fouls where you get a double whammy for a foul.
A team foul
A
and
personal player gets one and a team gets one. It's the only sport in the world that does it.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying.
So you'd get rid of it.
I'm just saying
No,
it's
would-
the only sport in the
Would
world.
you get rid of it?
I think that you need to look at the fact that it's a double whammy. That's all.
Oh,
Alright, there you go.
poses an interesting question towards the end of the
That's
show.
all I'm saying. Put that article
Never-
back up
never
on the
answers the
website. Let's see
question.
what people have to
Yeah,
say.
It's already 8. It's number 4 on Google.
What a boring life you have. You Google me.
Googs it up.
Hey?
Googs it
You're
up.
looking for some pictures, some catwalk
It's a
pictures or
change.
something.
Normally you
Hey, if we
Google yourself.
Google you, we might get those catwalk pictures. I just thought about that. That'd be
I don't
fun.
think you can have underage child model pictures on their website.
We're going to move on.
Yeah. Hey, Googs me up this week. That's very good, mate.
Yeah, well.
Perfect match. Perfect match is back.
We actually got Beth to do it this
She
week
did it
for
very
us,
well too.
and she got some good ones for us because you ran out.
Yeah, go on.
You could find no
Perfect
ball.
match. Here we go.
There was a theme to this week, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. We've got obviously with the amalgamation of the
Unification.
Yes.
Victorian
Youth Championship. We are in the spirit of that. We got one player from Big V's State Youth Championship, one player from Basketball Victoria's D League. And so we had Nick Senior from Southern Penn Youth 2 Men and Claire Constable from Ballarat D League. Nick Senior Constable.
Oh, very
Very
good.
nice.
Yeah, alright, that was good.
Nice job, Ben.
Second one, Jess May, Knox D League, and Talia Day from Bulling Youth Women. Jess May Day.
Oh,
Very good. Especially
moving
during
right
these
along.
days.
No, just hang on. Just keep going. Just.
Ali Hocking
$20
from
fine.
Sandy
Yeah.
D League, and Sean Stewart from Waverley Youth Men. Ali Hocking Stewart.
The hardest working agents, aren't they?
And Jordan Little from Bulling Youth Men, and Steele Cox.
No, Callum, you
who
can't
played
do this
Ballarat
one.
D League. Was Jordan Little.
Oh, I was going with Cox.
Steele,
I was going with Jordan Cox Little, but I get where you can't. You can't say that.
Cox Little Jordan.
You can't say that.
What? Oh well.
Rightio, Nathan. What time is it?
It's now time to find out what's in the box.
Thanks, guys. This week in the box. Did you know not all children should become child models? Sorry, Nath. Back to you guys.
Very, very good. And can we just
Does
say that
everyone know?
Melbourne
I didn't
Cup?
know that.
Does everyone know what your past life was when you weren't a baker? He was actually a jockey in the
Oh,
Caulfield-
what?
in the
Latrobe Valley.
in the Latrobe
Oh, don't
Valley.
tell me in the country. Yeah,
Out in,
that's right.
Out in Gippsland. He
Now,
was.
now,
You know what they say.
Hey, listen. While we were with Beth, very good Melbourne Cup. Good luck to everyone. Hope you get on a winner.
Picked a winner last year.
Yeah,
Okay.
adios.
This year.
Adios Monday everywhere. Good luck with that. I just googled.
Not getting sick.
I just googled Callum Chambers.
Oh
while we
yeah, I
went to
got
bed.
it.
No, well, I just googled Callum Chambers. I just thought that I'd have a look and see where you rank, and you actually come out on top.
No, no.
I couldn't believe it. I googled Callum Chambers, number one. Absolute tosser is what it says.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh,
Don't ever do that to me again, young man.
I've already done it. I've already googled myself
we
before
know
and it
this
doesn't.
story isn't true because Justin doesn't know what Google is.
That's right.
It actually comes up with Wikipedia for the guy who played for West Coast in Carlton.
You arrogant.
Oh,
You did it
Oh, he's
yourself.
Googled himself.
Everyone's done it.
No, they haven't.
Everyone's done it.
Get on our Facebook page and tell us who has Googled themselves.
Yeah.
I'm dying to
hey,
know.
like I said, absolute tosser, number one. It's just brutal.
We're done.
Rightio.
Done.
Hey,
I'm gonna go.
speaking of people that are very, very important to this show,
So much wisdom.
It's time.
let's break open the clouds.
No.
Lucky we haven't got the clouds over New
You've been
York at
very
the moment.
silly today.
Hey, let's head upstairs. See you next week. Structure show next
Yeah, we have
week.
a
Structure show,
edition.
a structure edition next week. Looking forward to it. Right now, though, the great man above.
Thou who stands less than 5 foot tall and plays basketball should consider becoming a jockey. Good luck at the Melbourne Cup. The great man has spoken. Giddy up.